This marks the 5th part of this manhwa. If you haven't viewed the previous parts, you can access it by clicking the I button located above, or the link is provided in description. Let's aim for 200 likes on today's video. To show your support, consider subscribing to the channel. His father was surprised to see him rushing straight towards him to fight head-on. He deflected one attack after another from him. He was impressed by his attack strategy to jump in first to reduce the power of the single steadfast bullet sword, an endless onslaught. He believed that offense is the best defense, and these fighting techniques were meant for actual combat. His father struck him hard, causing him to push back slightly. Hojeong thought he had swung many times, but his father defended against every opening he created, like the walls of a castle without a single gap. His father's martial arts were nearly approaching completion, allowing him to fight with all he had. Both enveloped themselves with more ki, and his father concentrated more ki in his sword. With a serious face, his father stated, "Let's do this." Hojeong knew what was coming as they both rushed towards each other, their weapons clashing, followed by a huge explosion. A little later, Hojeong stood with his spears, some of which were inserted into the ground, his hand trembling. Feeling unlucky, he wanted to keep going but found it difficult to draw out the white tiger key unless in a life or death situation. As his father put his sword back on the weapon stand and asked about his martial arts, Hojeong expressed that he perceived his father as a martial artist who pursues completeness. When his father inquired further, Hojeong confirmed that Yeon's martial arts encompass both attack and defense, dodging and countering, not relying on any single style, and having no weaknesses. His father, impressed by just one sparring session, acknowledged that Hojeong saw right through him. Hojeong agreed, and his father expressed his hope that Hojeong would follow the same path as him. Surprised, Hojeong asked for clarification, and his father, setting aside his position as the patriarch, as a father, wished for his sons to follow his path, even though Hojeong had already taken a different path. He could sense this as soon as they crossed swords, understanding what Hojeong was pursuing. Hojeong asked about it, and his father confirmed that he has no intention of becoming the patriarch, a decision he solidified that day. His aspirations extend beyond the Green Mountain Yeon Clan to encompass the entire world, which was the purpose of their sparring session, to determine his interest in the position of vice patriarch through his martial arts skills. As his father turned to leave, he remarked that even a parent cannot control their child's future, implying that the world would have to face his sword and order him to rest. Later that night, as Hojeong lay on his bed, he reflected on the idea of becoming vice patriarch, initially thinking it would be Jipyeong but realizing his father had him in mind. He apologized to his father, acknowledging that he had something important to do, stopping the villain to secure the future of the Green Mountain Yeon Clan from the 3 cults threatening the central district. The memories of his dark and light blades stained in blood weighed heavily on his mind as he contemplated the responsibilities ahead. Meanwhile, his father gazed outside through the window, reflecting on the difficulty of the situation and apologies to his wife, placing the teacup on a nearby table without taking a sip. He inquired about the tea's taste and remarked on the cold weather. As he handed over a letter, he mentioned that he receiving this as a response from the Yeon Clan. The patriarch read the letter and commended their tenacity in suggesting business once more. Taekyung noted that it seemed the Yeon Clan had not given up. The patriarch then asked for Taekyung's opinion, to which he expressed his support, citing the Yeon Clan's abilities. He believed that if the business expanded and became profitable, it could provide more aid to those affected by the summer flooding. When the patriarch inquired about the livelihoods of the people, Taekyung concurred. The patriarch acknowledged his point but expressed a suspicion. Taekyung questioned the possibility of the Yeon Clan having different intentions and proposed a marriage between the daughter of the Yeon Clan and the first young master. He questioned a potential marriage between Hojeong and the Yeon Clan's daughter. Taekyung agreed, highlighting that Yeon Yona is not only intelligent but also known for her lovely personality. She is deemed suitable to marry the first young master, who is expected to become the next patriarch in the future, and will require someone by his side for support. The patriarch expressed surprise deep in thought as he sipped his tea. 10 days later, as he was giving instruction to Jipyeong, Duksang, who greeted them with a familiar shout, he inquired if Hojeong had prepared food for him, as he had been hungry for 3 days. Hojeong warned that if even a single grain of rice was left behind, no soup would be given. Duksang thanked him for the meal. Later, After finishing his meal, Jipyeong questioned if Duksang was a monster. Duksang chuckled, mentioning that he was being underestimated. He now gets full easily, but in his youth he could consume over 12 pounds of pork. Jipyeong, shocked, calculated that amount to be enough for 6 people. Meanwhile, Hojeong offered tea, but Duksang insisted on alcohol. Hojeong pointed out that it was only midday, to which Duksang found it strange to drink only in the afternoon. Hojeong then asked Jipyeong to fetch some alcohol, to which he agreed. Duksang suggested they discuss business since he had eaten his fill. His first request was to gather information on the current events in the Murim world. He mentioned there's nothing much in particular, other than the fraud monks from the small thunderclap temple slowly crawling out. Hojeong inquired if there was anything else, and Duksang asked if there was any specific information he wanted to know. Hojeong inquired about any cultists causing disruptions in people's lives, to which Duksang responded that there were no such disturbances, likening the situation to a quiet, empty neighborhood. Hojeong speculated that the 3 cults may not have made their move yet. Duksang then addressed. Hojeong's second request is regarding Muong Gun's youngest brother, Muong Wu, and mentioned that the details could be found in the report. While he reading the report, Duksang wondered why he was searching for Muong Gun half-brother. Hojeong then asked about sea trading in Zhejiang province, to which Duksang confirmed that Muong Wu was in charge of the Zhejiang branch of the Yeon Clan, with profits rumored to match those of the entire clan. Muong Wu was described as talented, skilled and possessing a personality distinct from his brothers. Hojeong believed he knew he wished for his brother, who threw him away, to be cared for, as he bowed to me, the leader of the Unorthodox Faction. He is a humble and benevolent man. Recognizing the importance of him in uniting the Orthodox factions, Hojeong acknowledged that strength alone would not be enough. Duksang then mentioned a third and final request, prompting Hojeong to inquire further. Duksang questioned how Hojeong had knowledge of the Guimon Clan training the Death Sword, known as the strongest in the world. Meanwhile, workers were mining while being observed from a distance by 2 individuals, including the patriarch of the Guimon Clan, Myung Chun. He asked about the progress, to which the supervisor estimated to be completed in 5 days. Myung Chun instructed to bury all the workers once the task was finished, to which the supervisor agreed. The supervisor remarks he looks excited. Myung Chun expressed his anticipation of mastering the martial arts passed down from his ancestors. He recounted how their ancestors, alongside the 4 Directions martial emperor, had defeated the blood religion 300 years ago, leading to the preservation of a portion of the martial arts. The discovery of a place holding the complete martial arts of the 4 Directions renewed his determination to learn them, believing it would elevate his skills beyond those of the Sankian 13. Myung Chun inquired about any updates from the Yeon Clan, to which the person responded that they had not heard back yet, attributing the delay to the Yeon Clan. Myung Chun remarked on Muong Gun's compassionate nature and suggested discarding negotiations with the Yeon Clan if they continued to stall, resorting to force if necessary. When asked about his certainty, Myung Chun emphasized the importance of curiosity, particularly regarding the recovered martial arts of the Guimon Clan, proposing a test to assess their effectiveness. He asked the person for their opinion on how long the Green Mountain Yeon Clan would last. This marks the conclusion of the 5th part of this manhwa. The 6th part will be uploaded after there were at least 3 to 4 chapters of this manhwa released, so remember to like and subscribe to the channel for future update. Leave comments to share your experience. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.